Hello students, today we will learn the topic of gymnosperm of plant kingdom. Gymnosperm are the plants in which ovule is not covered by the ovary. Since ovule is not covered by the ovary, they are known as naked seeded plants. So in gymnosperm, they are naked seeded plant because ovule is not covered by the ovary. Now, the gymnosperm range from medium size to tall trees. Sequoia, the giant redwood, is the tallest gymnosperm known. Pinus is a gymnosperm which has association with the fungus. Let us understand. Pinus is a gymnosperm which roots has association with fungal hyphae. So the roots of Pinus is associated with fungal hyphae, and this association of root of Pinus with fungal hyphae is known as mycorrhiza. Now, the fungus gives water and mineral to the Pinus, and fungus in turn gets shelter in the roots of Pinus plant. So this mutual association of roots of Pinus plant plus fungal hyphae is known as mycorrhiza. Now another gymnosperm which is Cycas has association of roots with nitrogen fixing cyanobacteria. So roots of Cycas has association with nitrogen fixing cyanobacteria, and so root of Cycas are known as coralloid roots. So in Cycas, we have coralloid roots. These coralloid roots are having association with nitrogen fixing cyanobacteria. Now, conifers, which is another group of gymnosperm, have needle-like leaves and they have a covering of thick cuticle over the leaf surface and sunken stomata so as there is less water loss. Now let us look at reproduction in gymnosperms. In gymnosperms, leaves are modified into sporophylls. They are called sporophylls because they bear sporangia. So in gymnosperm, leaves are modified into sporophylls. They are called sporophyll because they bear sporangia. The sporophyll leaves are compacted to form cones or strobili. So leaves of gymnosperm are called sporophylls because they bear sporangia, and these sporophyll leaves are compacted to form strobili or cones. There are two types of sporophylls: microsporophyll, which is male strobili which has microsporangia, and megasporophyll, which is female strobili and has megasporangia. So let us now understand the life cycle of a gymnosperm. So gymnosperm has a male branch and female branch. Male branch or the male strobili bears microsporangia. Female branch or female strobili bear megasporangia. Microsporangia has microspore mother cell which by meiosis produce microspore. Similarly, megasporangium have megaspore mother cell which by meiosis produce megaspore. Always remember, for the male part micro is used and for the female mega is used. Now both megaspore and microspore, they will form, megaspore will form female gametophyte, microspore will form male gametophyte. Female gametophyte will contain archegonia which will contain egg, and male gametophyte will contain male nuclei in the pollen grain. Both of them will fuse to form oospore. Oospore will form embryo. Embryo will form seed which will again develop into a gymnosperm. So this is the life cycle of a typical gymnosperm. It has male branch and female branch. Both fuse to form oospore. Oospore forms embryo. Embryo forms seed and seed develop into a new gymnosperm. Already done this. Male strobili has microsporangia which by meiosis form pollen grain. The female strobili has megasporangia, which by meiosis form female gametophyte, which contain archegonia, in which egg is present. Both of them fuse to form zygote, and zygote develops into embryo, and embryo, which is called oosphere develops into embryo, and embryo develops into seed. Now, you should also remember that Pinus, which has mycorrhizal association, and Cycas, which has coralloid roots, in the both of these, Pinus is monoecious, that is bisexual, and Cycas is dioecious, that is unisexual. Now let us study angiosperm. Angiosperm are the flowering plants. In angiosperm, they are divided into two main classes, dicotyledons and monocotyledons. Dicotyledon means having two cotyledon, monocotyledon means having one cotyledons. Now, dicotyledons have reticulate venation, whereas monocotyledon have parallel venation in the leaves. Let us understand reticulate and parallel venation. If in a leaf there is network of veins like this venation in which there is network of veins which further divides into veinlets, this venation is known as reticulate venation. Whereas if in a leaf the veins are running parallel to each other, such type of venation is known as parallel venation. So dicot have reticulate venation, whereas monocot have parallel venation. So let us do further. Now the dicot, they have tetramerous or pentamerous flowers. Pentamerous or tetramerous flower means penta means 5 and tetra means 4. So it means floral appendages are in group of 4 or 5, whereas monocot have trimerous flowers. Tri means 3. It means floral parts are in the group of 3. So angiosperm are divided into two main classes, dicotyledons and monocotyledons. Dicot have two cotyledon, monocot have one cotyledon. Dicot have reticulate venation, monocot have parallel venation. In dicots there is tetramerous or pentamerous flower, whereas in monocots there is trimerous flower. Flower is a reproductive structure. Flower consists of both male part and female part. Let us understand. The male part of the flower is known as stamen, which consists of upper part, which is anther, and lower slender part, which is filament. So a typical flower, the male part is the male reproductive part is known as stamen, which has upper part which is anther and lower slender stalk which is filament. Now the female part of the flower is known as carpel, which consists of three parts, which is the upper receptacle, which is stigma, long slender part which is style, and a bulge which is known as ovary. So this is the female part of the flower. So the male part is the stamen, the female part is the carpel. This is the carpel. So the stamen, it consists of microsporangium. The stamen consists of microsporangium. Each cell of this microsporangium is the pollen mother cell. So stamen consists of microsporangium. Each cell of microsporangium is a pollen mother cell. In this pollen mother cell, there is meiosis and there is formation of pollen grains. Similarly, carpel, it consists of megaspore mother cell. Similarly, like the male part consists of pollen mother cell, which is also known as microspore mother cell. The carpel consists of megaspore mother cell. This megaspore mother cell undergo meiosis. Out of this, 4 megaspores are formed when it undergo meiosis. Out of these 4 megaspores, 3 degenerate, and one which is left behind, it develops into embryo sac. Embryo sac, which is the female gametophyte. Pollen grain is the male gametophyte and embryo sac is the female gametophyte. So the male part, the stamen, it consists of microsporangium. Each cell of microsporangium is the pollen mother cell or microspore mother cell, which undergo meiosis to form male gametophyte or the pollen grain. Similarly, the female part is known as carpel. The carpel consists of megaspore mother cell which undergo meiosis to form 4 megaspores. Out of the 4 megaspore, 3 degenerate, 1 is left behind which develop into embryo sac, which is the female gametophyte. Now, with the help of pollination, we know now male gametophyte is the pollen grain and female gametophyte is the embryo sac. With the help of pollination, the pollen grain, it will reach the stigma. So this is the stigma, this is the style, and this is the ovary. Ovary would consist of ovule. This is the ovary. Ovary will consist of ovule, and ovule will consist of, here would be the embryo sac. Now with the help of agency of pollination, the pollen grain would be deposited over the stigma. Now this pollen grain will release pollen tube which will grow and enter the embryo sac. Now embryo sac, it consists of, let us look at structure of embryo sac. It consists of 3 antipodal cells, 2 central nuclei or the central cell, polar nuclei or the central cell, 2 synergids and 1 egg. This is the structure of embryo sac. These are the 3 antipodal cells. These are the polar nuclei and these are the synergids. 2 synergids, these are the 2 synergids, and this one is the egg. So now when the pollen grain will land on the stigma, the pollen tube would, this is the pollen tube which is formed, and this pollen tube will reach the embryo sac. Now inside the embryo sac, this pollen grain will release 2 male gametes. 2 male gametes would be released by the pollen grain. Out of these 2 male gametes, the first male gamete would fuse with the egg. It will fuse with the egg and it will form zygote. This process is known as syngamy. And the second male gamete, which is second male gamete, it will fuse with this polar nuclei. It will fuse with polar nuclei and it will form PEN, that is primary endosperm nucleus, and this is known as triple fusion. Triple fusion because polar nuclei consists of 2 nuclei and 1 nuclei of the 1 male gamete. They both will fuse. There are 3 fusing nuclei, so it is known as triple fusion. So zygote will be formed and primary endosperm nucleus will be formed. This process in which syngamy and 2 fertilization are taking place, syngamy and triple fusion. So 2 fertilization are taking place. One is syngamy, other is triple fusion, is known as double fertilization. This process is known as double fertilization. Double fertilization because double means 2 fertilization are occurring, syngamy and triple fusion. So revising which we have done, male sex organ is known as stamen, which consists of filament and anther. It has pollen mother cell which undergo meiosis to form pollen grain. Similarly, the female part is known as the pistil or the carpel. It is also known as pistil, carpel or the pistil. It consists of stigma, style and ovary. Ovary will consist of ovule and this would have, the female part would have megaspore mother cell which will undergo meiosis to form 4 megaspores. Out of the 4 megaspores, 3 will degenerate and 1 which is left behind will form the embryo sac. The structure of embryo sac we have already done. It consists of egg apparatus which consists of 1 egg and 2 synergids. Upper it consists of 3 antipodal cells and it also consists of 2 polar nuclei. The polar nuclei are also known as 1 central cell. Now with the help of pollination, pollen grain is deposited on the stigma of the pistil. Now the pollen grain will form pollen tube and it will reach the embryo sac. 1 male gamete will fuse with egg to form zygote, which is known as syngamy. The second male gamete would fuse with the polar nuclei and it will form primary endosperm nucleus. So the other male gamete will fuse with the secondary nucleus or the polar nuclei. It is one and the same thing to form primary endosperm nucleus. Because of involvement of 2 fusions, syngamy plus triple fusion, this is a triploid, this is triploid structure or triple fusion, it is known as double fertilization. Now the zygote which is formed will develop, the zygote which is formed will develop into the embryo, and the primary endosperm nucleus which is formed will develop into the endosperm. So ovule will develop into seed and ovary will develop into fruit. This was the life cycle and explanation of angiosperm.